My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Ex Machina, and this review will have spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, go and watch it, then come back and watch this review because I will be going in depth. Now, I've always enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's as good as some people say, but it's a damn solid one. What I really like about it is that it takes the less is more approach. It keeps the movie simple, but still compelling nonetheless. It's much more of a cerebral sci-fi than Alex Garland's other movies, and that was definitely a highlight of this movie. It's at its absolute best when they're just having simple discussions of AI and humanity, and I found all of that stuff to be riveting. There's that one scene where Nathan is just like, one day AI is going to look at humanity the way that we look at fossils now. And I just love thinking about stuff like this because it's human nature to keep trying to advance technology. And he even says it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So he might as well be the one to do it. And I think all of that stuff is super great. And that is when the movie is at its best. And I also love this dynamic between the three characters. You're trying to figure out who's in control, who's manipulating who's telling the truth, who's lying, who's absolving who. I love all of that. I found all of that stuff to be very, very great as well. And I think the visual effects in this movie are quite fantastic. For such a small budget movie, they really stand out, and I love the look of it. It has a claustrophobic feel, it's very well shot, and all the performances are really good. Domhnall Gleeson, I love him in almost everything he's in, and even though he doesn't have a ton to do here, he's still very convincing in the main role. Oscar Isaac, this is a lot more of an eccentric performance from him, and I think he does a really good job at it. But the best performance to me is Alicia Vikander. She won Best Supporting Actress the same year this movie came out for The Danish Girl, and I was okay with her winning, but she just won for the wrong movie because she is just outstanding here. It's a very minimal performance, but anytime she's on screen, you can't look away, and she sells you on everything she needs to. So, really good work by the actors there, and I do think Alex Garland directs this movie incredibly well. And I also love the ideas he's going for with the ending of how once she puts on skin and clothes, she can go out into the world and be recognized as a human, even though she's not. And how Domhnall Gleeson is locked inside. You've got Oscar Isaac passed out. I love all the ideas they're going for, but in its execution, I don't quite buy it. I've never liked the tone from where Oscar Isaac is just like, I knew what you were planning the entire time. And then Domhnall Gleeson's just like, I actually already did it. I've never liked that. It just feels like a contrived way to get to the ending, and it's just like, then what was the point of this whole plan? It was to mislead the audience, and that's it. So I don't like that. And then it also bothers me the fact that Oscar Isaac never came back. Eva, does she have the same name as the robot in WALL-E, or is it Eve? I forget. But anyways, she comes in and she's looking at skin to put on, and Domhnall Gleeson is just staring at her, and it's just like, you have to know that nothing good is going to come from this. Like, get out now while you still have a chance. But he just can't look away, and it's just like, what's about to happen to you is so freaking obvious. Get out of there. Now. ASAP. And I just don't really buy that Domhnall Gleeson would go as desperate as he did. I understand him being manipulated by the robot, but it feels like they maybe jumped a bit too far ahead where the character growth doesn't feel as smooth as it could be. So I've got some issues there. And also in the fact that, as much as I love the discussions of AI and humanity and the relationship between the creator and the created, I do think that we've seen it done better in other stories, whether it's Blade Runner 2049, which to be fair came out after this movie. Same with Westworld Season 1, same with Alien Covenant, and Prometheus, which came out before this movie, but it's not an unknown topic for movies. It's something that we've seen plenty of times, so even though I love all of that stuff, it still doesn't feel new. But that all said, I still think this is a very well-made movie, It's tense and claustrophobic when it needs to be, but its highlights are in the simple discussions of AI and humanity. The performances brought these characters to life incredibly well, and even though there is some contrived nonsense and I wish some of the character beats I bought into a bit more, I still really enjoy this movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and give Ex Machina a 7 out of 10. I used to see a Machina, but now she's my Ex Machina. That was a terrible joke, but have you seen this movie? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.